Hello, I think we are now live on Facebook. Welcome to this
Hi.
week's Lockdown Life Live. We have Tom and Chloe here from TC Home and Interior. You can find them on Victoria Street in Newark. And we are going to find out tonight more about their business and more about them and more about how they have traded through the pandemic. So welcome to Lockdown Life Live. Tom and Chloe, nice to have you. How are you?
Thank you. Yeah, we're good, thank
Yeah,
you.
very well, thank you.
Good, it's great to see you. Just tell everybody a little bit about your business, where you're based, what you sell, and a little bit about you.
So we are on Victoria Street in Newark. So the best way I describe it to people is you go down the road towards Sconce Park and we're just before you turn left to Sconce Park.
Yeah, towards Farnham.
And if you've reached the Spring House, you've gone too far.
You've gone too far.
So turn around and come back a little bit. So that's where we are. In terms of obviously who we are and what we do, I think.
Yeah, so we sell homeware and lighting. We'll talk a bit more about the lighting later. But so yeah, we sell. So basically, we bought this house and we wanted to obviously do it all as you do.
Yeah.
And we found everything was so expensive. So
yeah.
Which it is, homeware is really expensive, lighting's really expensive. So if you want good quality stuff, so we thought, well, how can we make that cheaper for ourselves at first? And then we realised that we could make it cheaper for everyone else. So we deal in, well, we started off dealing in overstock, failed deliveries and customer returns, basically.
Right.
Obviously, all the stock's as new and is brand new. It's just that it's either got to its destination and not been delivered. The company that it came from has ordered too much of it, or it's the wrong colour or whatever. So basically, we found suppliers who deal in that and realised that we could sell that on a lot cheaper than retail, and everyone's a winner really, because it's filled a little gap in the market. Everyone gets a bargain.
We love a bargain.
We love a bargain, so that's sort of what started it for us. So yeah, that's what we do. We've sort of progressed into finding regular suppliers. So we do stock regular items, if you like, now as well, because a lot of the stuff that we do sell still is sort of luck of the draw. We don't know what we're going to get. Which makes it really exciting actually for us, because we can and all our customers love it, because there's always something new that they
We've
can.
Never got like, but we do also have very similar things in, but we never have like the same thing in. Like week after week, it's always something different. So
is it weekly then that you're stocked? Is it weekly that you get deliveries?
Oh yeah, we get deliveries like 3 times a week.
Oh, yeah,
two or three deliveries a week. Just because we've built up suppliers now, and we like to stay regular with who we get our supply from, and it's a nice turnaround for the customers as well. So there's always something new to be looking out for.
I'm always looking for new stock as well. Like, I don't know if you've seen on our page recently, but we've got like animal stools. So we only got those in. Was it 2 weeks ago-ish? About 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
We've already had to order some more, so that sort of thing we can get in regularly. Just different stock, you know, we literally have something different all the time, and that's what we love, and that's what our customers love as well.
I love that you just saw a gap. I mean, I'm from a homeware background anyway, as a family, and I love that you saw a gap in the market and went for it. I think it's fantastic. I'm a bit tempted by all of your stuff myself. Every time I put it on the site, I think, oh, shall I have one of those? It's great.
I should try being us, you know, trying to like put it on the site, and we're like, oh, we'll keep that one.
One for me, one for you.
Yeah.
So when did you start the business? How long ago was it?
So yeah, really
last January, wasn't it?
Yeah, maybe probably been going properly about a year. We sort of dipped our toe into it a bit in 2019. It was just sort of a bit of fun really then, and it sort of progressed into something that we could see being something we wanted to do.
Quite quickly, didn't it?
Yeah, it sort of grew a bit quickly.
So we did do it from like our house to begin
with.
Did you? Yeah.
We got a unit, which is about 1,200 square foot, and then we realised that it was growing quite quickly. So obviously, hence the shop sort of later, sort of towards the end of 2019. But then it really quickly grew sort of February, March, April, which was really quite surprising when obviously, of course, that's when sort of COVID hit. So
yeah. So how did you feel? Because if you just took your unit on and then a few months later, all of a sudden everybody was going into the pandemic, and that must have been a scary time for you.
Yeah, so we'd had the unit a long while then, you know, coming up to a year, I would say, because we were running from the unit, you see, and basically doing deliveries, or people. It was sort of like the business where people would actually collect from the house. You know, it was sort of like do it as you can.
Yeah.
And then, like Chloe said, we realised we started getting into more rugs, which is really why we wanted a shop, because it's really hard to see the texture and the depth of a rug and the colours even in a stock photograph.
Yeah, you have to touch it and feel it, don't you?
Yeah,
with a lot of interiors. Yeah.
And rugs were doing really well for us, so we decided that we needed somewhere to go. And basically, my mum was an outdoor caterer, Feed & Peckish outdoor catering.
Okay.
And they were in that shop. Unfortunately, COVID, it made it wasn't sustainable for them to carry on, basically. So we already knew the impact of COVID when we took the shop on, but we knew that it was something we wanted to do anyway.
Yeah,
it was on a scale where it was small enough that if the shop didn't work out and we wanted to stay online, it wasn't the end of the world. It wasn't the biggest outlay in the world.
Yeah.
And it was a risk that was sort of calculated, and has paid off really, getting the shop. So, and it's worked really well. It's done exactly what we wanted it to do in terms of displaying the products a lot better. And it gives us a base, an official base, you know, because the unit isn't really somewhere that people can visit. It's more of a storage type situation.
Yeah, so you find that your business is kind of online, social media, Shop Newark online now, thank you. And then people go to the unit, to the shop, because they've seen it online. Is that kind of the way it works? Most retailers find it's the other way around, but for you guys, I think you've done it the opposite way, haven't you?
Yeah, I think a lot of our customers, especially, they see us because we are on Facebook Marketplace as well, because it's such a brilliant tool. So they see us on there, and then they sort of message us on our actual page, and then they come to the shops. Yeah, it is completely backwards the way we've sort of done it. But it's worked so well, and the fact that we've got so many products, like we've got hundreds and hundreds that we just can't add online because we haven't got the time, and so people can come into the shop and see them, and it's just so great that they can do that. And that's what we wanted, is a place where people can just come in and just because it's not a pristine shop. We don't do that. We don't do, you know, it's not nice and tidy. You know, they just go through the stuff, grab it, have a look.
We like the idea. So, like Chloe said before, we like a bargain, and sometimes you have to hunt for a bit of a bargain.
Yeah, you do. We like that, though, don't they? Yeah.
So we like the idea of that people can just sort of have a rummage through, and everything's different. It's not like you'll see a duvet set, for example, and then there'll be another one the same behind it. A lot of them are singles, so not a single size. There's a single one of the product, so it's nice for people to have a bit of a dig and then you know, realise something's underneath that they might not have seen, or you know, and even with the rugs, I mean, we go through the turnover rugs. You know, like it's great. Rugs have been brilliant for us, and
there's people who like come in and they want a duvet set, don't they? And they go, actually, I haven't got a rug in that room. Or, I haven't got a lamp in that room.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, well, we stock everything homeware. So even down to like shower trays, like we just play like the shower.
Yeah, just sort of take what we can get, really, and it works.
Do you get people like coming back on a weekly basis then, just to have a rifle through what you've got?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Before the last lockdown, I've forgotten how many I've had now. Before Christmas, we had all the little old ladies coming in, didn't we? Every single Saturday they'd come in and speak. I think because it was someone for them to speak to. Because at the end of the day, you were allowed in a shop, but you weren't allowed to go and see your family, were you? So they used to come into the shop and just speak to us. For
it's nice.
It was really
nice. It's nice to socialise. It's a nice space where especially people getting to know your face as well, I think is really important in business, and
Absolutely.
being face to face.
That's what independent
when
business is all about. People buy from the people,
Yeah.
they buy from the personalities. Yeah, absolutely agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah. And when you're online, it's hard to convey that as much, like as Chloe said, through Messenger. But now people have got to know us and know how we deal with things, and know our faces. It's put a face to the name, which has really helped, I think.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
we've sort of gained some really loyal customers, which is fantastic. You know, the support that we've had from our customer base through this pandemic has been outstanding. You know, we couldn't ask for anything more, really.
Do you think that
So,
customers have developed a bigger loyalty to their independent retailers through this pandemic? Do you believe that that's something that has been achieved?
Yeah,
I do. Yeah.
Even ourselves, you know, we've always tried to use butchers, and we've always tried to shop local. But of course, you go for ease, don't you? Whereas now, because of the pandemic, we do shop local. Like, you know, we go to the butchers once a week to go and fetch our meat. You know, we try and like presents. We ask, oh, who does this? Who does that? Because we've realised ourselves how important and how people do support each other. I can't believe that how brilliant it's been. People supporting each other in Newark. It's amazing. Really.
Amazing.
And we have our customers. We have our customers mention actually that they are going to try and shop locally, which is really nice to hear.
Yeah, it is really good. So, I believe that's something that will be here. I hope and pray, but I do actually really believe that that's something that will be here to stay. And if there is a benefit that has come out, or a good point that's come out of this horrendous pandemic that we're just hopefully coming out of at the other end, then I do think it is that people appreciate their local community and their local businesses and will continue to support them throughout, for sure. Yeah.
I'd agree with that. Yeah.
So do you have any staff, or is it just you two? Because I know you've got a young family. Is it something that you just manage between you?
I've got a 2-year-old now. Yeah. She's good sometimes.
She's good sometimes.
It is just us, and our children come everywhere with us. So I've been in the shop today, and Tom's been really busy and sort of sorting stock. So I've been in the shop on my own, and I've got both the children with me. So one is 4 months old, so she is very, very young, and also people are click and collecting, also they're not coming in. I open the door and our little girl runs to the door and she's like, hello, you know, it's just so
that's so lovely.
I'm sure people come to us just to come and see her.
That's perfect. Proper family business.
Yeah, I think when we do need staff, my mum was retired and Chloe's mum and stepmum are both available at times, and I think that we'll try and keep it in the family as much as we can. When we do need staff, just, you know, it's a nice thing to do, to be able to sort of give your family a little bit of work here and there, and it's easier to talk, I suppose, and sort out. You know, they all know how we operate, so it's a bit easier.
And I think, like you said before, really, if it's just a nice tight knit team, customers like that, don't they? They like the story behind it. They trust you because you are there. You are the personality and the face behind that business. I mean, that again, my background. I think it's amazing that when you can be a business like that all together in a family, it's lovely.
Yeah.
So do you think there is anything going back over the last year through the pandemic? Is there anything that you would sort of look back and think, God, if only we'd known, we'd have done that differently? Or do you think that everything would have stayed the same if you'd have had your time again?
We spoke about this quickly earlier, didn't we?
Yeah.
I think the only thing we've got sort of different views, but I would change like live videos. I think now that you've done one, or we've done several, they're amazing, you know, because obviously you do a video and you did that yesterday. It is not real life. Whereas if you do a real life video, you know, I would have done more of those throughout the pandemic. That's really the only thing. Well, we spoke about actually.
Yeah, I think for me, so we've had to really move into other avenues of selling. So we've moved most of our lighting now onto eBay. I said I'd mention this later, so I will.
Oh, okay. Go for it.
Basically, it's a wider audience, and we had the need, like you say, with the pandemic, we had the need to generate a bit of cash flow, and move a bit of stock because of how regularly we buy. So we've moved sales of lighting pretty much exclusively to eBay now,
Right.
which is it's taken off a bit really, and it's nice to have that sort of almost guaranteed. It's not guaranteed, but it's like you can almost expect a sale a day, for example. But the great thing about it is we've been able to remove lighting out of the shop, and we've installed a tablet now, so all of our lighting is catalogued. So our customers can come in and flick through this tablet and see exactly what we've got, whereas before the amount of lighting that we held, we couldn't display it all. So it's been.
Do you hold that still in stock, or is that a catalogue that you can access, or is that a catalogue of your physical stock?
No, so everything we have is physical stock. Yeah, we don't advertise stock that we don't hold. So we sort of hold about 300-400 light fittings at any time, and it's most of it's off site in terms of the shop. Most of it will be in the unit, but it can be delivered locally or for free, and the nice thing about eBay is that people will see the price and think, oh, that's a good price, but actually we discount it further in the shop. So that's another nice, because we're saving fees basically. So I know.
Do you find that you're posting all over the place, or is it still quite local, or how does it work with that?
No, yeah, we've posted to Ireland and just anywhere really.
We always put our card in, so we find that we're sending it, and then people will then contact us on our page and like our page. So it's just about getting your name out there, isn't it? But I think that's what we would have. We would have done that earlier, and we had loads of lighting within the store, and we just couldn't display it properly. You can't get every single light out on display, especially with them being glass. People are always nervous about going near them, and we didn't really know how to discuss. We've got how many light fittings? Like 8. We've got different light fittings on the roof where we display, stock, but we just couldn't display them how we wanted to, and so that was the best way of doing it. Was taking them out the shop, putting them on eBay, and putting them on like a catalogue, so you can come in the shop, go on our iPad, and just look at what we have, and we'll either go and get it out the back for you, or we'll deliver it to you, that evening. So
so that's sort of an avenue that we've explored, and seems to be going quite well. Really, I don't think we would have done it if it weren't for the pandemic, to be honest. But that sort of spurred us on to do that. So that's something good that's come out of it, definitely. And it's sort of grown our business to the point where hopefully we can. I'm sure this is one of your questions in a minute. Sorry, I'm answering all your questions.
No, go for
it. So we're hoping this year to move into a bigger shop and combine the unit and the shop, because at the moment we're running around here, there, and everywhere. Because we've got to, so
that Shop Newark online exclusive.
If you like, so hopefully we'll find something this year that's got the storage that we need and the shop front that we'd like, because we could do with a bigger shop front as well. So that's sort of the move for this year. Hopefully back end of this year we'll be looking at somewhere a bit bigger, really.
Are you hoping for town centre, or are you not too worried, or what have you got?
No, we're not. Like us at the minute, we're not town centre. So, and we were a bit worried actually to begin with about how people would find us, because we are out of the way. But we've realised that people don't mind. It doesn't matter.
Personally, I don't know what Chloe's view is, but I would rather be a little bit out of town, somewhere with a bit of parking, and I've got my eye on them shops under Warwick Brewery, opposite TK Maxx. So somewhere,
shout out in case anyone's listening.
So somewhere like that setup with a nice, a nice group of little shops and independent businesses in one, and a bit of parking, basically. That's still somewhere that everyone knows where it is, but isn't directly in the centre of town. So that's sort of what I'm hoping to find, really.
Exciting. That's really good, isn't it? That you've just gone through the toughest retailing year, certainly that a lot of us would ever remember, and you've managed to come out and then have an outcome that you're not even just treading water and trying to survive. You've got this massive goal as well that is absolutely achievable really soon for your business. I think that is absolute credit to you. Well done. You've done
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
brilliantly.
So fingers
really,
crossed.
really good.
Yeah, fingers crossed it carries on. But
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
I said,
definitely.
we have managed to stay afloat through the pandemic, and I think that's given us a bit of faith in the business.
And do you think it's made you stronger, like as a business, that you've managed to do so well through such a difficult time?
I think, well, we have bad days, as everyone does. You know, you think, oh gosh, we haven't done much today. You know, you do. I don't like to say the word panic, because I don't panic. I'm very calm. But you have that bit of, oh no, you know. But I think definitely it's made us, like Tom said, we've got our trust in the business and our trust in our customers that they are going to help us 1,000,000%, you know, just keep going and keep going. So
and I think the fact that we've not slowed down in terms of trying to refresh stock, and we're always trying to find something new and a bit different for our customers, and I think that's something we'll always try and do. Alongside regular lines, we'll always try and have something, you know, something that's people aren't expecting to come, or and I think that's a lot of the draw to our company, is that people don't know what to expect, and it's sort of like people get excited, you know, when we upload stock and we might do little teasers, and it's exciting for us because we're not dealing with the same thing over and over again, and it's exciting for the customers because they can expect very similar things or the same things, but there's always going to be something different, and that's what we like. We like to keep it exciting for ourselves and the customers, because I think if we were just stocking, you know, this lamp and that rug, and you know, and it was the same refreshed stock over and over again, I think we'd sort of fall out of love with it.
You wouldn't. People wouldn't come back as much, would they? People, you must get your repeat customers because they're excited about what they're going to find. What bargains are we going to find now? And I think it's great.
We spend hours a week looking for new suppliers and calling around and building rapport and relationships with suppliers, so that we do keep nice fresh stock for everyone. And you know, we travel, well, not now at the moment, but we travel the country buying stock. I'm quite happy to do that. It's something that we really like doing, and we really like using the same suppliers who we trust, who can also get us a variety of stock. And we're very lucky to have sort of 4 or 5 suppliers who we use regularly who fill that criteria. So it's, you know, it's great. We're very lucky to be where we are now in such a short amount of time. But I think a lot of hours.
Hard work, hard work comes into it more than luck, I think. And hopefully
it's very hard work.
Absolutely. And hopefully it won't be long now. I think after the announcement last night, we've all got a little bit of hope, haven't we? We've all can see the light at the end of the tunnel, please, and that you can go back to those suppliers and actually see them face to face, and you can open your doors to your shop again, and you can actually get some customers back inside and get that buzz back, that as a retailer you just need that buzz, don't you, from that face-to-face contact with the customer.
It's helping people, isn't it? You know, it's like we say, communication, helping people. That's what we're doing.
That's what you do it for.
We're both social people, and it's nice to be able to talk to so many different people throughout a day, and help them out, and just, you know, you build relationships with your customers, which I think is great. And especially being such a close-knit town, it's nice that, you know, you might see these people out and about and you can stop and have a chat with them when you're not working, and it's nice.
I know you.
It's nice to just build relationships.
Well, I've had a comment from Fran. Fran says that she's hoping to buy her second house later this year. She's love looking at houses and all your interior ideas. So I think you've just won yourself another customer there as well.
Well, thank you, Fran. You know where to find us.
But it was great talking to you both. I look forward to seeing all of your successes over the rest of this year and onwards. And it's an absolute pleasure to have had you on Lockdown Life Live, and an absolute honour to have you on Shop Newark Online. So thank you very much, and we will catch up with you all soon.
Yes, thank you very much.
Take care. See you soon. Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.